everybody. Welcome back. I'm Gretchen.
I'm Camille. We are starting over.
We're starting over with a new podcast, new episode. In case you're just joining us and you're not really sure what the hell are y'all doing, starting over, Camille and I, we realize that it's really every moment we're starting over because our thoughts are always changing. And so our purpose here is to kind of help guide you to know how to redirect, to restart, reset, and don't be down on yourself. Just start over.
Yep.
Right?
Stay in alignment. When you're out of alignment, just get in alignment. It's kind of like it's a mountain with no top. We're always searching for that alignment.
Ooh, that was deep.
I know.
That's like a country song.
That's right. I'm just a country girl.
Camille and I were chatting before we pushed start or play, and we were talking about how it seems as we become older in our adult years, we as everybody,
more mature,
that either you recognize it or you don't, but there are patterns and beliefs and things that we are just kind of robotically doing in life that we don't realize what's really affecting us.
Yeah, and I guess I'll call it a little bit of a victim mentality or a powerlessness mentality. So we kind of think, oh, I can't do that or I can't be that way because people think I'm arrogant or braggish or, and a lot of people that have religion in their life, they tend to feel guilty for things, So they don't really let themselves win big or they got to have parameters.
Just keep it down, keep it humble.
Yeah. Yes.
Really, you're deflating you.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between being arrogant and there's a difference between recognizing the good in you or recognizing the power of what you have manifested or what you have brought. Yeah. And again, Camille and I always will say, so don't be hating on us, look, however you want to include God, Buddha, whatever you...
higher power.
Yeah, whatever you talk to and believe, that's fine. We're certainly not saying leave any of that out. This isn't about our beliefs.
No.
Shoving it on you.
Mm-hmm. No.
But this is really, this is something that Camille and I really are passionate about, in that take responsibility in your thoughts of what you're creating.
Yes.
And don't just be the victim of what has already happened in your life or continues to happen or what's been in your family for years.
Or I'm just that way. That's just how I am and I can't change, or we all can change if you want to. And you don't have to change. You don't have to change. But what I noticed when I kind of grew in a way away from religion for myself, I noticed that I didn't feel like I could really have the power. So it wasn't like my power was outside of myself. And I still do believe that that I have a higher power, but that I didn't have the power. I was kind of always begging and praying and please help me. And instead of, hey, work with me on this, this is what I want to create. I do think that there's a little different way of praying for me nowadays.
I agree. Yeah. I completely agree because, I grew up in a lot of different religions.
7 denominations.
Denominations, yeah. And so, y'all, I know Jesus, I do. But
Bible
you're
Belt.
right.
Wasn't it Texas Bible Belt?
A lot, yeah. But the majority of all of those, I will say from my experience, all of those religions taught me to beg.
Yes.
And taught me my unworthiness. Mm-hmm. You're a sinner. You better hope that God has enough grace that he wants to bless you with whatever it is. But remember, you are a sinner. And that leaves you no power.
Right.
When you're taught and when you believe like that you're not worthy, you're not worthy. And then some religions say, well, if you feel worthy, then you're arrogant.
Right. Yeah, and if you say you're creating it, then you're playing God. Mm-hmm. And so give me let's just look at that whole you're a sinner concept. And I get it theoretically. I don't think anybody's ever said that to me, though. Just saying.
You haven't? No. Welcome to my world.
Right. I might what? And I get the concept of it. Like we all sin. We all fall short of the perfection of God, and I understand that part of it. But if literally you're considering yourself as a sinner, just take that on for a second. What is a sinner? Like, what does a sinner feel like?
Right.
I'd say sick and wrong all the time and unworthy. I think sinners are unworthy and And again, it's like a beggar. I think that's the perfect word for it. Is you got to be a beggar.
I think the sinner
mentality
to me feels like it's hopeless. Like you know what? You're already damned.
That's how it is.
You're already damned,
and whatever you get, you should be grateful for because you're lucky to get anything.
Right, and exactly, and don't ask for more because look what you have. It could be worse. Look what you have. Whereas my new
be grateful
feeling is, why not create more? Why not? Yeah. Why not? And I don't mean get and take from somebody else because I feel what makes sense to me is whatever blessings I want, they're mine. Yeah. They're not taken from you.
No.
I can't get sick enough to make a sick person better. I can't get poor enough to make a poor person more rich. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
There's nothing that's being
there is
taken.
No lack.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no lack.
Yeah, it's all my abundance, and then Camille has her abundance, right? So if I call and decide that I want to create, whatever, maybe a different career path, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with you having desires and making it happen.
Right? And so what does that mean? What does that mean in the path to make it happen? Well, in the past, at least from Camille and I's point of view, that means you're on your knees and you're begging and then you're sitting and waiting.
Yes. And hoping that there's mercy, put upon you that you receive. And whatever you get, you best be grateful for because, you're a sinner.
You're a sinner, and you know what? Maybe you shouldn't get as much as you really think you should. So be happy with just this amount.
Yeah.
And yet, if we're created in the image of God, whatever that is to you, isn't that a pretty powerful statement?
Yeah.
So if we're created in that image, would we be okay with just accepting less than?
Right.
Would he consider us less than?
Right.
I don't think so.
Me neither.
So I think if we want to create something and we put it out there, I would really like to have a healthy body. I believe, and this is what Camille and I are trying to help you understand, not necessarily to believe like us, but just to keep thinking in a way. If I wanted a whole and healthy body like I did during cancer, I didn't want to sit there and try to decide, God, am I worthy of a whole and healthy body?
Right.
Have I been good enough to get this? What do I need to do to make sure that I get that blessing?
Please help me, do it for me. Yeah. No, you were pretty driven. You're like, oh, no, I'm not, this ain't going to break me.
So what my actions were with that and acting with God, right, was, okay, I have to be in control of my thoughts. I have to think in a way that brings that to me. Because really when you talk about positive thinking, it's really faith.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's having a knowledge that it's going to happen.
Yeah. Which scriptures say, faith is things believed in that aren't seen yet.
That's right.
And so whatever it is, I think our part is to believe in the power of our thoughts.
Yeah.
When you believe that whatever it is that you want, when you believe that you can have it, you do surrender to how it will come. Maybe we don't have all the answers for that, or the timing.
We don't know the how, but we know we want it, and it's going to manifest. But just even knowing that we've got the power to create. When I hear we're created in God's image, what is God? I mean, God's a creator. So if we're like that, we are creators. We can make things happen. We do have power to make things happen, right? Yeah.
And that is, I think that's new to some people. That's a new thought process because so many religions.
New age is that religious new age kind of stuff? Yeah.
And no, to me, I always just think, I don't know that I have a label. It's just what makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It's just what makes sense, and we're peas in a pod with most things except for anyway.
Well, you'll have to watch back home beauties on that one. Yeah, that's all right.
But you know what? It's a very.
But I have abundance there. Just saying, I have it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, you do, Camille. Pet you right now. Yes, you do. No, but what I was saying is there is a sense of there's a sense of power, and I don't mean that it's a prideful power, but when you pray for something or when you want something to happen and it does happen, yes, we can be thankful to whatever the higher power we believe in. But we also have to give ourselves credit in that we were in alignment. We were in the right place to receive it. We weren't in a doubting mode. We weren't in a place where we felt unworthy and it's probably not going to happen and it never happens to me and it never happens to anybody in my family. We weren't thinking that way. That's why it was delivered.
Well, and I think it's some things just happen because they happen and we weren't even praying for it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of things just happening and we aren't even conscious that they're happening. But there's always this back story, this back energy of you have to be so humble and so grateful and so, or not. I mean, people, look, I'm going to say this. I mean, I've had a lot of drug addicts as clients, and I know family members that have been drug addicts, and these are the most resourceful people on the planet, okay? They want something, they will get it. They don't care what they got to do to get what they want. So to me, that's a testimony of it isn't about being holy or having some sort of way of being that God delivers a promise. Desire creates.
Y'all, you think about that because how many, I personally don't know like a lot of people, but we all know of people that continue to get blessings, favors, and they're horrible people.
Right. That's right.
And to me, I'm like, well, that's not God going, I'm going to bless you. That's you've lined up with the energy of whatever you want.
That's right. That's why I'm saying I don't think it's about God. God's not given. We're going to give ourselves, and we can. Well, we have the power to give ourselves.
You always say you attract what you are.
That's right.
Not what you want or what you want to be. You attract what you are right now. That's so right. How are you feeling about something right now? Mm-hmm. If you feel you're not worthy of it,
then you're not.
You're not going to get it.
And you might get it, but you're not going to relate to it. That's what I'm saying. Is some of this stuff isn't about. We don't really always have control over that.
Yeah.
So I don't know that it's and I don't want. I want to just say look, I just want to be blessed forever. So I don't want to have to be detailed about it. Just make sure my survival's handled and things are worked out for me. And so I always say the universe is always conspiring in my favor.
Yeah.
Always conspiring in my favor.
And that's something that that you can do every day, and that you can think of things. I was just doing this. Excuse me. I was at Upgrade Labs this morning, and they have this brain
reset. What's that?
Yeah, and it's this machine, and you have these little
sensors on your head.
Yeah. And so today's it's trying to get you into the alpha brainwave level, right? And so today's thought process was gratitude. What are you grateful for, right? So you're just kind of sitting for 30 minutes and you kind of hear some stuff. It's not somebody's talking. But what I learned from that was, excuse me, you can be grateful for something. And you can be grateful for something because you want something else, right? Mm-hmm. So everything is measured by what's coming from your heart, not from your mind.
Yeah,
because the mind can be tricky, right?
Vibration, right.
And we've all been in situations where we felt like somebody has played our mind. Mm-hmm. They have said things or done things, and there's a motive behind it. Right? That's not necessarily coming from their heart.
Yeah.
That could be coming from an idea or something that they
an intention
mentally want from you. Yeah.
Their intention for us. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And so what you want to do at the beginning of the day is you want to decide how you want to feel. How do you want to feel today? I want to feel like I'm at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if that's your affirmation, if that's your declaration, whatever you want to call it, when you find yourself going off that track, all you have to do is start over.
And remember your intention.
Right?
Yeah.
You just start over and you just are like, wait a second. Oh, nope. I see where you're going. That's not going to happen. And then you think of something that will put you back on that track.
Yes.
So I think with starting over, everything that we're talking about, y'all, is just taking accountability for your thoughts. Because your thoughts will produce your own happiness or misery, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Because there is no assertion coming at you. There is no, you've done this for so many years, so you're going to be punished.
Yeah.
It's not a God that says, oh, Gretchen, I'm going to have to give you cancer. I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah, God, yeah. That's right.
I'm going to need to teach you a lesson, so I'm going to have to get, when people tell me that, I'm just like, shut up.
Someone says that to you. Who has said that to you? Like they're saying you deserve cancer? Did you punch them out?
Gretchen, you obviously need to learn something.
Shut up.
Yeah. You
Shut
know who
up.
I'm talking about.
I know, but shut up. Who out there would say that to anybody?
You need to learn something. And
Who would say that?
I'm just like, oh. Are you God right now? How do you know I need to learn something?
Let me tell you.
Go, Camille.
Nothing incenses me more than someone saying, I'm going to pray for you. You need my prayers. Do not pray for me. I got my channel open. I'm good. We're good. Me and God are good. Like, I don't need your pity. I can't stand that.
I had this
man.
Back in my 20s, y'all. I bought a house, and this man was a friend of my parents. And my parents didn't like the religion that I had chosen at the time.
It was different than the 7 denominations you're raised in.
I know, right? So this man, this guy, he's the father. I went to school with his son, so it's not like he was a stranger. Sure. But he came to my house. I live by myself. I'm a single woman, and here's this man that shows up, and he has labeled himself the prayer warrior.
Wow. He's going to come pray with you. Go pray for you.
First of all, I didn't know that I needed praying.
Well, obviously you're a sinner.
So he comes to my house in the name of, like, I want to see your new house. Like, I haven't seen this man ever.
And you let him in because he's family friend.
And to me, I'm like, I got to be respectful. Do you know what he did? He came in, he started speaking in tongues in every room in my house. And I was like, dude, you need to go. You need to go.
He's casting out demons.
He was doing all kinds of stuff. But in my mind, I thought, wait, I didn't ask. It's like somebody saying, I'm going to pray for you. I didn't ask for it. And now you're superseding as if I don't have a connection with God.
Right. Well, and just the presumption, his perspective is, oh my, you need help.
You need help.
You are in the wrong religion. You are in the devil's religion.
Yes.
And just that judgment right there, that condemnation. So he's going to, push his way in under another guise of, I just want to be friendly. Yeah, BS. He's coming in there to get rid of your demons, girl.
He was trying to cast out. Do you know, I went back to my high school reunion this past.
Yeah. And
his son, I think the gentleman has died. I don't know, but his son goes,
oh no,
I just want to apologize. Like, it's been 20-something years. I'm so sorry, And I was like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah. Yes, the man was speaking in tongues, and he was like flicking water on me. And it was just all this creepy, weird stuff, y'all. That the point is, in my head, I was like, oh, I actually don't need you to judge me.
No, that's what it was.
And tell me that I'm in such a bad space, so you need to, I always think, if you feel that way about somebody, then just pray for them secretly. But why do you have to let them know? I'm so, even with cancer, and I know people meant well. And this, again, was one of the reasons why I didn't really tell anybody, because this was coming afterwards.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, I am praying for you.
Uh-huh.
Well, what that actually means to me is I'm in a bad space.
Yes.
I'm in a bad place.
Scared for
you.
And
I need lots of prayers because I'm in a really bad place.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, I actually have a connection with God, and we're working on this. And I appreciate your good energy, but don't pray for me because I'm a poor, pitiful soul that has cancer.
Right.
Don't do that.
What I'd say is, see me well. Just see me well. See me whole and complete. I'm good. Just see me well. That's it. But I think you just kind of nailed it. Is people in some religions, the one I'm recovering from, recovering. There is like, if you were living right, you wouldn't have these things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of like that.
There's a judgment going on.
So it's like, but yet when they have moments of humanity and life's on everybody, because we are down here to learn something. It can't just be smooth sailing forever. What are you going to learn? And how boring would that be?
Right.
So without the challenge, without that catharsis moment, we don't grow. But when life's on them, I just want to say, well, honey, I can't believe that. I thought you were living right.
Right.
I can't believe you're not living right. I'm aghast. I can't believe it. But that's what it is. It's like you had this because you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what you were hearing is, well, again, there's that whole sinner concept, right?
And not only that, even when I was going through the end and my PET scan came back clean. And, I'm kind of on the remission plan, then it became like I was in the wrong for being well.
Well, yeah, because you...
Oh my gosh, how dare you say that you're better? You don't know what God has in plan for you.
Oh, my Lord. Like, you get no power. So what I just heard in that is, how dare you think you have power? How dare you think you can help yourself?
How dare you think that you have the power
Yep.
to work with God and heal yourself?
Right.
So to me, I'm like, so do you know that maybe I haven't learned my lesson of whatever that lesson is? Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Look at what a rabbit hole that is.
Shut the hell up, you know? It's just like...
But no one can know for you. You know, I mean, no one knows. We don't know for other people. We can assume it's all speculation. But again, you think God really works that way?
No.
You think God's like,
that is
know.
actually,
Yeah.
That's actually something I really did learn a lot through cancer was
Yeah.
I learned a really close one-on-one relationship that had nothing to do with a church or a religion.
Yeah.
It had everything to do with my quiet time with God. It had everything to do with my quiet time of talking to me, talking to the cells in my body, talking to what is alive in me. That was my religion, and that still is my religion. So there was no cornerstone of a church that I counted on. Because, like you said, no one walked those shoes but me.
No. Mm-mm. And you're the only one that can really sense that. And I do think miracles happen. I think people can source miracles. Mm-hmm. But, and then, again, that's not like God loves you, you know, you're special. I do feel like there is, belief is powerful. The power of belief is real.
The power of belief is real because you are aligned with the energy that is the most holy. So things happen.
That's right.
Things happen. And again, y'all, as we wrap this up, Camille and I are not bashing anything. We are here to share what we know works for us, hoping that it gives you a chance to maybe think about something new. If things aren't working well in your life, try this approach. That's all we're saying.
And you have the power. It doesn't come from outside of you. It comes from within you. You have the power.
Absolutely. We appreciate y'all being here. We'll see you next time.
Bye.